Hello, everyone. This is John Braun with Hitman Advertising. Today I'm doing a special interview with two clients, Jeremy and Stephanie Overturf of Overturfs Floor and Fabric Care in Bradenton, Florida. In 2008, in the midst of a recession and mortgage crisis, at a time when Florida's property values and jobs were dropping like overheated tourists at Disney World, Jeremy and Stephanie started Overturf's Floor and Fabric Care. While their own home was in danger and their jobs were eliminated, we're going to talk to them about that in a second, the duo found a need in their community for a reputable, service-oriented floor cleaning company among a region of low-cost, poor service providers. Now, in its 8th year of operation, they've been in business for 8 years. They're one of the largest independently owned cleaning companies in the area, and they dominate the high-end homeowner market in West Central Florida. Among their various community involvements and awards, one of their proudest moments was when they won the Small Business of the Year from the local Chamber of Commerce in 2015. The Overturfs will be featured in Howard Partridge's upcoming book on phenomenal success stories. And Stephanie will also be in an upcoming book, Passionistas, Tips, Tales, and Tweetables from Women Pursuing Their Dreams. So welcome, Jeremy and Stephanie. Privileged to be able to interview you today. We've got a lot of things that I want to discuss. We're going to find out some stuff that's going to be able to really help some other cleaning companies. So thanks for coming on.
Sounds great, John. Thanks for having us.
Great.
You're welcome. Thanks, John.
Good. So first thing that I always want to ask is, out of all the kinds of businesses that you can start, why in the world did you actually start a cleaning company?
Well, why else? Because I love cleaning. No, really, what happened, like you mentioned in our bio there, in 2008, I had been doing sales and marketing for a local newspaper here in town, and they went through several rounds of layoffs, like many of the newspapers in the country did. And I was in the second round of layoffs, and at that time, I could not find a job. I applied at several places, and so it was really frustrating not being able to find work. And we had bills to pay. So my aunt actually does house cleaning, and she said, the next time someone asks me about it, my schedule's full, so I'm going to pass them on to you. So she started giving me house cleaning jobs, and then that kind of started growing. But in the midst of that, my clients would ask me if I knew a good carpet cleaner. And unfortunately, I didn't, and they didn't want to call a big national chain or anything because of inconsistent service and just, low quality service that they were getting. So we kind of saw that need that we could fill, and Jeremy had actually had a janitorial business before, and so we kind of knew the business a little bit, and just kind of went from there, started cleaning carpets for my clients, and it grew from that point.
Neat, neat. A lot of people that I've talked to tell me almost the same type of story, kind of how they got in business just sort of out of need, or they've worked for somebody else cleaning. So coincidentally, do you all still do maid service or janitorial cleaning?
No, actually we don't. Once the carpet cleaning and the floor cleaning started growing, we kind of phased out the house cleaning side of it for a few reasons. It's hard work, and
Right.
we saw like it was better profit with the floor cleaning and things like that. So we phased that out a few years back.
I was just going to say another reason that was great to get us started too is such a low investment to get into house cleaning.
Right.
Just buy a few cleaning supplies, and really there was a demand even in a bad economy. So it was a great way for us to get started.
And that's the neat thing too that I love about the cleaning business is one of the reasons I researched that a cleaning business will still stay busy in a recession. And I've experienced that in my own cleaning business. I started mine in 1997. Even during a recession, people are working more jobs, or too busy to take care of their own cleaning. As well, people want to take better care of the stuff they have instead of replace their carpet and their tile. So usually a
Hmm.
cleaning business still does pretty well. I know mine have. So that's a
Yeah.
good
Good.
smart move on that end. So that's neat. So what type of services are you guys actually doing right now? Obviously carpet cleaning, but what else?
Well, we have a lot of tile in Florida, that. So
Right.
that became a big part of our business, and upholstery. And then within the last probably 3 years ago, we started our rug cleaning facility here. And in our area, we live in a we have a lot of high-end homeowners and a lot of hard floors, so it's a great combination to get a lot of Oriental rugs.
Nice. So you guys actually have a physical location, a shop where people can drop off rugs, things like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
Good.
Yep.
Good. How long ago did you start that?
I think we're in our fourth year in this building.
Perfect. Nice. How much of your income is made up from rug cleaning, just percentage wise?
We're at around, I want to say 30% maybe.
Good. That's probably about where we're at with a lot of companies that do carpet cleaning, tile cleaning, and rug cleaning. That's a pretty typical. And I assume you do upholstery cleaning as well.
Yeah, not a lot, but it makes up a small percentage.
Perfect. Good. So, okay, well, good. This next question is for Jeremy. So, how long did it really, would you say it took you to build up a dependable company? Because I know at first it can be rough, the first year, sometimes longer for some guys. But how long do you think it really took you to actually get a good, solid business built up where you had a lot of repeat clients coming back?
I would say years was about the first year we had to put a lot of stuff on our credit cards, but after about a year we were able to pay our bills and kind of break even at the end of the week. So I'd say we got on a pretty solid foundation after about a year.
Good, good. So the next thing that I always like to ask too is what got you to that solid foundation? So what were some of the top three things that you did either then and even versus now, and are they the same things? Have you switched? I know sometimes with technology coming around, you might have switched a little bit, but talk about some of the top things that you've done to market your business and get your business to be a dependable business.
Well, we built a lot of relationships, referral, a lot of referral marketing with local complementary businesses. So like a lot of flooring stores refer us, things like that. We concentrated, I guess it was probably like 4 years ago, we really started focusing on not just like stopping in and saying hi once and asking for referrals, but really like building and deepening that relationship. So I think that was a huge part of it. And it takes time too. Like we didn't see overnight results. Like some places took like a year, even a year and a half or so for them to start really trusting you. But now, most of them that refer us wouldn't even think of referring another company. So I think that was huge for that part of it.
That's neat to note. And let me ask you this: some of the actual referral sources that you went in. Well, one, what would you say the hardest nuts to crack out of all the referral sources that you visit? What type of business?
The flooring store owner who's been in business for like 60 years and has his buddy that he's been referring for 50 of those years.
Right.
But it's funny, like there's one I can think of the first time I went in there. He, he's local. He grew up here. He knows everybody. And first thing he said is he's like, well, I have a friend that I refer all my carpet cleaning to.
Right.
But it was weird because then a couple weeks later, he sent us a referral. And I was like, wait a second, I thought you had a friend. But that friend never comes and visits his store. He doesn't bring him cookies and say hello on a regular basis. So even though there were some who were like, I thought were going to be hard nuts to crack, they really weren't, because that consistent relationship building, they liked that. So
that's interesting. So at first they give you the impression that I'm going to be difficult. Now, I'll tell you that sometimes they still are difficult. That's not, sometimes they're not lying. but sometimes they are just kind of putting up smoke and mirrors and letting you know that I'm going to be a pain in the neck, and they're not really. And you're right, I've had that happen before too. So out of the companies that you were successful with, would you say, well, one, did you have better luck with realtors, carpet stores, interior designers, or rug galleries, or who?
I would say right off the bat, the flooring stores I had the quickest, best success with. But we've recently, over the last year, we've gotten, and we would have realtors here and there, but recently in the last year, we started really getting involved with our realtor association, which covers 2 counties, and the realtor referrals have really started to come in. I mean, we're getting referrals from realtors every day now almost. So I would say they're a close second lately.
Nice. And so, Stephanie, I assume, and I don't know, actually, I didn't ask you guys this. Are you, Stephanie, the one that actually goes out and does the actual outside sales and marketing?
I do most of it. We have a girl, she started about a month ago, that I've been kind of training as my hopefully a replacement someday. And she's out there today, doing visits and meeting people. So I do most of it, but I am training someone to kind of multiply that role, but also eventually take over.
Good, good. So tell me this, on a typical week, what are you all doing for this marketing process? How many stores do you see? How many people do you see? And what are you bringing them? Tell me a little bit about that process and that system. What are you bringing them when you go out? What do you say to them?
hmm So, like on a typical week, we average somewhere between like 70 to 80 referral source visits a week. We bring them, just any kind of goodie. Usually, sweets are a good option, cookies, candies, stuff like that. Um, and we don't really like hard sell when we go in.
Mm-hmm.
We just kind of, hey, how's it going? Just wanted to say hi, see if you guys need anything, just kind of like keeping that top of mind awareness, letting them know that we're still here and we're still here to service them and their clients. Um, so a lot of the day is spent with the referral source visits, but also then in between there we have like networking lunches or different meetings and appointments where we get a one-on-one time with someone to build that relationship deeper.
When you go in, you're bringing them the goodies. Are they in like a goodie bag, or you normally bring them a box of donuts or various things? What do you do?
It just depends. Like lately, we've been bringing like the bigger, like family size packs of like the fun size candy, but there's a bunch in there.
Right.
And then we just have stickers that we put on the front of it that says compliments of Overturfs Floor and Fabric Care.
Yep.
So they know who it's from. Yep.
Good, good. That's great. As far as literature or promotional stuff, are you bringing them brochures too with all of that, or how does that work?
On the first couple of visits, yeah, we'll usually bring a few with us in. I don't push it though because
Mm-hmm.
I kind of don't want them to think that we're just there to sell them.
Right.
So honestly, we usually don't bring any of that. I might have some cards in my pocket or something, but a lot of times they'll say, "Hey, we need some more of your brochures." And then I feel like it's a little less like, I don't know, pushy if they're asking me that they need more brochures. So that's kind of the
Exactly.
way we do it.
That is
Yeah.
neat. That is neat. Because then, actually, yeah, if they're asking you, they're pulling the information from you. You're not just pushing it on them. So that's a
Right.
perfect way to sell them. And then, too, that's evidence that you're building a relationship with them. Even if they don't realize that at that point, that's what you're doing, and that's what's going on. So
Mhm.
good. So you mentioned you visit 70 to 80 every single week. Wow. That's how many hours does that actually take in a given week?
Well, our our employee that works for us, she's full time, 40 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And she's out of the office most of that. I mean, a typical route might have like 20, 25 stops on it. So, and it just depends like how much driving time there is on the route, but I don't know if I had to guess, I would say maybe like 3 hours
Okay.
to do a typical route. Yeah.
Right. Good, good. And then some of that other time is planning and going to Sam's or wherever to buy the goodies and
Mhm.
yeah, all of that. And then I'm sure she probably is in the office doing follow-up calls on occasion, or do you not do any phone calls at all to any of your referral sources?
Yeah, she does do some a lot of it's done through like Facebook messaging now and
Yeah,
email and stuff, but setting up appointments to meet with people one on one. But yeah, she'll come back and do like a nice meet you email and stuff like that and get her things ready for the next day.
good,
Mhm.
good. So as far as talking about too, helping out some of these guys that are either starting to do this for referral marketing or they're just in business and they're getting started. When you first started, you were visiting how many a week, and then how long did you actually need to really set aside? How many months before you actually saw a good return coming in out of the referral marketing that you were doing?
I think at first this was hard for me to get into
Mm-hmm.
because I was a little bit intimidated and worried they would reject me and things like that. So
Right.
I started small. I guess I did maybe like my goal was to do 10 visits a week, and then it just kind of grew from there. Um, and then some places, I guess, to start seeing a return, I mean, like I said, you're going to have some that will start referring you right away, but others, I had a few that took at least a year before
Sure.
I started seeing anything from them.
Sure. And what made you not give up? Was it just such a good potential referral source, or what kept you going?
Honestly, a lot of coaching from Howard Partridge and
Yeah.
his Santiago.
Yeah.
They they kept us on point and made sure I kept going out and doing it. But also, like, I had one, for instance, I had been going there for like a year, and I remember coming home and telling Jeremy, like, I don't think I'm going to go there anymore because they haven't sent us anything.
Hmm.
And I kid you not, in a week, I think I got 2 referrals from them.
Great.
And so that kind of told me, well, I guess some of them do take a little bit longer. So then I just kept going.
I was going to say some of them have been burned before in the past by other carpet cleaners
Yeah.
that came in, and then they didn't follow through and they didn't take good care of their clients.
Right.
So a lot of them are kind of iffy at first, and they want to see that you really can follow through. So don't go out and do it if you can't keep up, if you can't take good care of their clients too.
Absolutely. And then too, they're just
Yeah.
afraid. They're afraid. I know a lot of times that's what I experienced. And you just need to set them at ease.
Mhm.
That's why, we talk about guarantees. You just got to let them know. And the biggest thing that I ever did was let them know that if you have problems with your client, don't worry. We're going to be here for you and for them. I'm going to make sure you look good. I think that's one of the most important things to always continuously let them know that your main thing isn't just your referral program and that you're going to be able to give their salesmen or whoever a referral commission, is that you're there to help them look good, because you don't want their carpet to look bad, their tile to look bad, and then you absolutely don't want them to look bad if they refer you and something goes wrong. You want them to know that you have full insurance, workman's comp, you know what you're doing, and you've got your money back guarantee in place that if something goes wrong, your client will absolutely get their money back.
Exactly, because if you think about when you give one of your friends a referral, if that person turns out to be horrible, then it looks bad on you. So they're putting their own reputation on the line by referring you. So
Yep.
it is a scary thing for them at first.
That's a big thing, and that's exactly why you really need to develop that relationship, not just walk in with business cards and say, hey, here, refer me, but over time,
Mhm.
develop that relationship. So good. Well, guys, out of whichever one of you want to answer, but which other marketing things have you guys done? Obviously, referral marketing's been a big one for you, but what other type of marketing things have you done that have been successful?
We're really big on mailing to past clients. I try to send in a physical mailer once a month, and I'm also sending reminder cards, 6, 12, 18, 24-month reminder cards, because I don't want to lose that client. You work so hard to get them, and your
Right.
profit margin is not as big the first time around. So the more you're getting repeat, the more profit you're putting into your company. So we always use the TOMA, top of mind awareness. We're always thinking about how can we stay on top of these people's minds. We don't want them calling somebody else. So we're really big on mailing to past clients.
Exactly. I forget exactly what the percentage is, but it's exponentially cheaper to keep your current client through marketing back to them than it is to go spend money on getting a brand new client. That's one of the first things I ever learned in my first advertising class. So it's crazy that more companies don't go market back to their current clients, and especially in the cleaning business. I mean, we're built on referrals and repeat clients. If it wasn't for repeat clients, I know my cleaning business would be dead in the water, and probably I
Oh, for
would
sure.
for you guys too, the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and if you track, which I'm sure you have, you track the return on those reminder cards. Those things are like gold. I
absolutely.
mean, every time we do a mailer of a reminder, it's been 12 months since your last cleaning. We know we're going to get the phone ringing from that.
Absolutely. Now, the other drawback with that, sort of drawback, but something that some people out there listening need to know, is when you first start mailing to your current clients, if you've never mailed to them, don't think that the first time you mail them, your phone's going to ring off the hook, because they may not remember you. I had a client that just mailed their first mailing in years to their clients, and they were upset that they only got a couple of calls. Well, the thing is, your clients don't remember you. I mean, some of those people, if it was the last clients from the last 2 years, they haven't heard from you in 2 years. They're getting your postcard going, who the heck is this? Right? But if you've been mailing
That's
them
true.
every month, every other month at least, my clients, we didn't send out a postcard for, I think it was almost 2 months ago. It's not even quite been 2 months, but we usually send one out every month. We kind of skipped one because we were busier and had some guys out of town. We had some of our clients call in the last week going, hey, I haven't got a postcard from you. They're expecting the
Oh.
postcard. So what kind of a special, usually we give them a little extra freebie. We don't give them a discount, but we give them a little extra freebie if they're a current client. So what's the special? What's going on? Why don't I have a postcard? That's when you know that your client marketing is working. But it takes the repetition. It takes the doing it. So how many times do you guys actually mail? You said you mail, is it 3, 6, and 12 month, but you also mail monthly to everybody or every other month, or how does that work?
We try to keep it monthly, like you said. I think we actually missed a month last month, but we are very consistent with it. Overall, we do a monthly mailer to our entire list, which includes the referral sources and includes anybody in our database, not necessarily like, I mean, for a while we were thinking, well, maybe we just mail to the ones in the last 24 months, but no, we just started mailing to everybody, because then every once in a while you'll bring back one of those old clients that you haven't worked for in a while. And then also monthly, we send a reminder to everybody. We've got it set up in our system so we can remind 6, 12, 18, and 24 months. When that schedule comes around, they're going to get a card in the mail also.
Good.
And we do also an email newsletter every other week.
Good. Every couple of
Or
weeks.
no, every week, I'm sorry.
Every week. Okay, good. That's excellent. Yeah. And so, yeah, you've got a great system of keeping in touch with your clients, and they're coming back. What is your repeat client ratio? Do you know that number?
It's a little diluted because we actually bought another company last year,
okay.
And so it kind of diluted that number a little bit. So another avenue that's been really helpful, especially in the early days, but we still do have a good return from it, is Google AdWords.
Great.
Obviously, it takes a lot of education. I've watched a lot of your videos, and you really want to learn how to do it, because you can spend a lot of money really fast if you're doing it wrong. But we've pretty much refined it, and we can get about 8 to 9 to 1 return on it. So we're really happy with the way we have our AdWords set up. Negative keywords, things like that, are very helpful. Testing different types of ads. Sometimes it's weird in the advertising world, just the way you phrase things just a little bit different can get a different response.
Right.
So, but AdWords overall has been a big help to us as well.
Right. Great. So you mentioned at 8 to 1, 9 to 1 return. I mean, guys, everybody that's listening, understand that 8 to 1 means if you spend $100 on advertising, you got $800 in business. So that's really good. Right. So I hear that, pretty frequently from guys that do AdWords if they're doing it right. That's the thing, though. Some guys that don't do it right, you could easily spend $1,000 and maybe get $1,000 of business or no business if you did it wrong. What are some of the best keywords or some of the best services that you're finding are getting you the best response on AdWords?
Actually, the rugs get a really good response for some reason. The carpet cleaning gets a lot of price shoppers, but it still pays enough to make it worth it. But services that are a little harder to find, like rug cleaning, has been big for us.
Right, absolutely. In fact, I'll say that as well in my own business and even some of my clients' businesses. I mean, some of the times on area rug cleaning keywords and ads for campaigns specifically set for area rug cleaning, we're getting 20 to 1, 40 to 1 returns on some of those campaigns. Wow. And the reason behind that, I think, is because all the other cleaners are going just after carpet cleaning, and they're not refining their ad campaign right. And or if they're doing an area rug cleaning keyword or campaign, Google's really big on making sure there's relevancy there. So what's going on is they're doing a rug cleaning campaign and they're sending them to a page about carpet cleaning. That drives their cost up when they do that, and it doesn't get them the same quality of client, because the client's kind of confused. I thought this was an ad for rug cleaning. Why am I on a page or a website about carpet cleaning? Right? So when you do it the right way and send them to a rug cleaning page, and the whole campaign is about rug cleaning, it works a whole lot better, and it's a cheaper click, and your client's happier, and you get more jobs.
Another little hack. I don't want to give away all my secrets, but one thing that I started doing, we have a review page on our website, and I'll post a lot of our Google reviews and different things. Even I'll copy and paste them onto our website.
Yeah.
But I'll point people to that in AdWords and say, see what one of the highest referred or highest rated carpet cleaners in Sarasota, what people have to say about them, and I'll direct our AdWords links to that, and we get a good response rate from that too.
Perfect. And I always talk about the big thing with AdWords is, in SEO or anything online, if you're going to spend the money on AdWords especially, though, make sure your website's good, not just good and pretty, but you're doing things exactly like you just talked about. Have sales triggers, have things on there that are actually going to sell them once you've spent that money on that click. You need to be able to prove that you're a reputable company. Don't let them go to your site and look around and go, well, there's nothing here that says that you've got a good reputation. You need to talk about your Better Business Bureau, or your reviews, or your videos from your local realtors that recommend you, or your great reviews on Facebook, or something that says we have a great reputation. So that's good. Good.
Yeah, you
So
definitely have to sell on your website. Some of the prettiest websites probably don't have a good closing ratio because
you're
you do have
right.
to sell. You can't just make a pretty website.
Absolutely. My biggest frustration is some of these pretty websites with just clip art pictures. In other words, pictures that they bought that aren't really personal pictures. No pictures of the people in the company, of the vans, of anything the company actually really does. Just pictures of cute babies. Don't get me wrong, and the website's beautiful. Cute babies, cute uh, whatever flowers, whatever they put on the website, but that
Hmm.
doesn't sell. I mean, you really need to put some of those
Right.
things, the reviews and the things that actually convince them and show them, prove to them that you've got a good reputation.
Oh, we've got some ugly like homemade videos that we've just done on our phones,
Yeah,
but I don't take them down because honestly, we get people calling like, "Wow, you guys did an awesome job on that tile," or it'll be an interview with a client. Wow, that it's amateur, but I think they like that because they know it's real.
right. And I don't know if you guys want to give this out, but is it okay if we give out your Facebook page and let everybody go check out some of the stuff that you guys are doing on your Facebook page?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, so the company is, they can just probably look up Overturfs carpet cleaning, right?
Let me see what it's under. Facebook.com/Overturfs cleaning.
Okay, there we go. So you guys go check that page out. There's a lot of stuff that they're doing that I don't see a whole lot of cleaning companies do. And a lot of it's just very simple. Some of it's a little bit more professionally put together. I don't know. Do you guys ever hire anybody to do your videos? You just kind of put them together yourself?
Actually, Stephanie has become an amateur
Good.
video editor, and she's
Neat.
she's getting pretty good at it.
I've seen some of the stuff you guys are
Yeah.
doing. Good, good
No,
stuff.
iMovie is my friend.
Yes, absolutely. So, but the thing is, you just went in and you educated yourself, and you spent some time getting used to doing that, and it's
Mhm.
paid off. I'm sure I see some of the comments your clients are making,
Mhm.
and it's really setting the precedence for showing. Really, the big thing that you guys are doing is it's almost like sometimes a reality TV show from some of the things that I've seen about here's what's going on in our company. That's what Facebook should be about, guys. When you do that, and but if you want a really good representation of Facebook done right, go to the Overturfs Facebook page. You'll get a lot of good stuff out of that. So
Yeah, one of our friends
Mhm.
recently said you can be your own paparazzi with social media.
yeah,
So you're basically kind of stalk yourself, do videos, do pictures, make yourself your own little celebrity on Facebook.
right. And what that's doing is your clients are seeing that, and they're going, "Wow, I feel like I know these guys now. They look like nice,
Mhm.
good American people that I want to do business with, and I feel like they're already my friend because I've seen all their periodic stuff on Facebook, and you win. They're going to pay more because you're real, and you're doing some creative, neat stuff.
Yeah, and you almost become like a little local celebrity in a way where
Right,
they want to like, oh, they want to do business with you.
right, right. Exactly. Good, good. So let's talk a little bit about, and you can even mention other marketing things if you want to in this, but what are some of the biggest things that you guys have done? This is specifically for Jeremy, in your company, maybe not even in your company, but in your personal life, that have made you successful.
Number one for me is education. Um, I knew how to clean. I learned you can learn how to clean carpet in a weekend, but and not to put down anybody. I know there's a lot more skill to that, but I'm just saying the thing you really want to learn is how to run a business. If you want to get serious about growing your business, um, you probably read or heard of the E Myth. It's all about working on the business instead of in the business if you really want to grow it. So get educated because just because your brother-in-law has a business and he works for himself, it doesn't mean there's a lot to learn in business. You could study for years and years on marketing, on advertising, on leadership. It's something we've developed a passion for educating ourselves about it, getting coaching, learning from people that have done it before, going to seminars, going to things where we're around other uplifting people. Because too, in the business community, you're going to get some negative people. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. So you have to put yourself around positive people, people that have done it before, people that are going to upbuild you. Um, Unfortunately, sometimes in this industry there are a lot of Debbie Downers, so you gotta keep yourself motivated and keep yourself up and constantly be educating yourself.
Good. Yeah, that's a really good one. And the thing is, in this industry, there are companies that are professional, and some of the times it's guys breaking out of just being an owner operator into a professional, actual business person. But you got to realize that you got to cross that line, and part of the way to cross that line is education. And
Right. It's
keeping your
not all talking about truck mounts and talking about
right.
PSI and all these technical things. I mean, when it comes down to it, all business is about relationships, and that's what you want to learn, how to build relationships and how to learn how to build a business.
Absolutely good. Anything else that you want to add to that?
Stephanie, did you have anything you wanted to?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would add some of the biggest things that I had to do was like some personal development, like overcoming, everybody has things from their history that affect their self-esteem, their self-confidence. So, just doing like some work on your inner self.
Right.
For me, Zig Ziglar was huge, doing like Born to Win series and listening to motivating things
Yeah.
to kind of make myself feel stronger and overcome those self doubts that I could actually run a business. So, yeah, just kind of working on your self development as well as the business.
Because they're all learnable skills. I mean, you can learn marketing, you can learn how to hire employees, but you really have to take the time to do that. You have to. You're struggling in the business behind the wand all day, but if you want to get to the next level, you're going to have to make some time in your day to also educate yourself. Maybe at night, maybe in the mornings, you're going to or carve some time out to go to a conference where you can learn and add these skills.
There you go. And another thing like Zig Ziglar always talked about too is automobile university. If you're out
Right.
driving around in a visiting carpet stores, doing cleaning, drive around listen to Zig Ziglar, listen to some of Howard Partridge's stuff, listen to this. Maybe you're listening to this audio interview right now inside of your vehicle. So if you are, I congratulate you because that's what you're doing. You're going to automobile university, but doing this type of stuff. Even with you don't have to take the time. Instead of listening to the radio or talk radio or music, this is the type of stuff you should be doing to uplift yourself, teach yourself, educate yourself, keep yourself in the right mindset. So absolutely good. So
Yep.
for the cleaning company owner who's brand new in the business, or also too maybe a cleaner who's struggling or just starting all over to really start building his business, even though he's been in business for a while, what would you recommend? Maybe a quick action guide of what they should do.
I think a lot of what we just talked about is what I would recommend, like definitely the personal development. But I think a huge thing that helped us because even before we started like adding employees, Jeremy wrote systems. So I think like start writing systems right away if you're brand new because at some point you're going to need to add some employees. So or have a helper or assistant. So I think systems were huge, and even if you don't have them yet, like every time you do something, write a system for it. And I think that was big. And then also get yourself out there. I think sometimes we get busy like working day to day in the business, but then like when the phone is slowing down, we're like, oh geez, I need to do some marketing now. So I think put in place some things that you can keep up while you are still on the truck or still working maybe like a networking group that's first thing in the morning before jobs, um, or start calling on some flooring stores in between jobs so that you have that marketing ongoing and just keep doing it even from the very beginning.
My advice would be study marketing. Well, I have two things, but number one is become a student of marketing. Dan Kennedy says, like, whatever your industry is, don't be a carpet cleaner, become a marketer of carpet cleaning. And the more you can learn about marketing, the faster your business is going to grow. And the second thing is you're going to have to learn how to deal with people. I'm kind of a task oriented person. So, like I said, I learned AdWords and I thought I could just sit behind a computer and get clients. Because it is scary to go out and meet people and talk to people, at least with my personality type. So if you can't do it, get somebody you trust that can do it, but somebody's going to have to go out there and build relationships because, like I said before, business is all about relationships, and you're going to have to build that trust. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. So if they don't get to know you, they're not going to like you. They're not going to trust you. You see a lot of owner operators that are the best carpet cleaners, but they they may not learn those people skills and learn how to um, grow employees. They may not learn how to work well with real estate agents and flooring stores. So the more you can develop your people skills too, that's huge.
Right. So, and one of the things that I kind of hear you guys saying, you kind of hit on, is get out of your comfort zone.
Mhm.
For
Right?
sure.
Don't
Yes,
Yeah.
don't
definitely.
just stay there going, well, I don't want to go talk to carpet stores, or I don't want to learn Google AdWords. That's hard. Get out and get your feet wet with it. There's people out there in the industry that can help. There's programs that can help you. If you need any help with marketing, obviously we can help you at Hitman Advertising. But get out there, get comfortable with it. You're not going to be comfortable at first, but get comfortable with it. So
So
great.
Yeah,
Well,
get comfortable being
every
uncomfortable.
time you want to grow, every time you're ready to grow, you're gonna have to get uncomfortable again.
exactly. It's not comfortable at first. Very rarely. I can't say never. Sometimes it is, but it's usually not.
Yeah.
So, what parting words that you guys want to give us?
I would say hang in there, especially to the new ones. Hang in there. It does get easier if you apply, and it's been great. I mean, especially once we started finding good employees and adding employees and stuff. The business was born out of necessity, but and I was devastated when I lost my job, but I feel like it was probably the best thing that could have ever happened. So
I would say similar. Be persistent. You're gonna have hard times, but you're gonna have to have a dream. You're gonna have to have some goals that are gonna pull you along, because otherwise, some days you're just not gonna want to get out of bed. So have some goals. Have some things you can get excited about. Maybe if you're married, have your spouse where you guys are on the same page and have some similar goals you're working toward. Maybe your goal for this year is to hit 100,000 in sales. So get something you can wake up in the morning and get excited about. And so to us, that's been huge, having goals.
Yep, absolutely. Goal setting and persistence. Two huge success traits. I agree 100%. Well, thank you so much, guys. This has been great. I'm sure what we've talked about, this recording is going to help out a lot of guys who are either getting started or even have been in business for a while and need some new, fresh ideas. So I appreciate you being on here and doing this interview with me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. We appreciate Hitman
thanks, John.
Advertising too. We've got a lot of great stuff from you guys.
Good, good. Thank you. All right. Well, this was John Braun with Hitman Advertising with Jeremy and Stephanie Overturf of Overturfs Floor and Fabric Care. Visit their Facebook page and get some more information from them. For Hitman Advertising information, visit www.hitmanadvertising.com. Thanks.